Hello, Texas Ball Hockey, our family, friends, and enemies. My name is Lamar Ortiz, and I am here to provide you with an update on the future of Texas Ball Hockey as it pertains to the board meeting we had last Sunday. So myself and the other 9 members of the board met about a week ago to sort of discuss what the future of Texas Ball Hockey might look like and what's sort of realistic as we're still in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic and situation. So all 10 of us voiced our own personal opinions on the matter. We also took into account all of the survey feedback that we got from players last month when we sent that out. And then most importantly, we were looking at facts and figures, testing results in the state of Texas, and the recommendations of the governor and the mayor here in Austin. So the unanimous opinion of everyone on the board is that there's literally no 100% safe way for us to continue playing our sport. Just looking the nature of our game, we play indoors. There's a lot of sweating, a lot of contact, a lot of heavy breathing, a lot of germs getting exchanged. No matter what precautions we put into place to try and keep each other safe, there's still a risk that someone could contract COVID if another player is carrying it, whether they're symptomatic or not. So it's going to be a risky situation no matter what we put into place. So that being said, we do understand though at the same time that we can't continue to wait for a vaccine in order to return to play. I mean, that could take years. It could sort of lose us most of our organization, not to mention the home rink that we play at, which is kind of the only place in Austin where we can house our sport. Taking into account the fact that there are agreed upon methods to help control or prevent the spread of COVID, that most of our players are in sound health, and that there is obviously a demand for it based on the surveys that we sent out last month. Most players are okay with coming back even if there is a slight risk of infection in that. So for all of these reasons, we as a board have decided that Texas Ball Hockey is going to attempt a soft restart, we're calling it, on June 28th, and that will run through July 26th. So it's going to be a 5-week program where we're essentially just going to do hour-long pickup spots. You would be booked into one group for a scheduled hour. You're only allowed to be at the rink for that hour, and you're paying an hourly rate. So your options are to pay $55 for 5 Sundays, $55 for 5 Wednesdays, or $110 where you get to play both Wednesday and Sunday, if there is a demand for that. If we don't get enough players that want to do that, we're just going to skip that entirely. And obviously, if these 5 weeks do go smoothly, then we will look into more options for the future of what might a league look like, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. It's all going to sort of depend on how this program goes for us and how the continued reopening of Texas goes. In addition to the 1-hour blocked schedules, we're going to be taking other safety precautions as voted on by our players and as required by the rink that we play at. Some of these will include keeping attendance logs with the rink of who's there at what times, all players having their temperature taken prior to entering the rink, anyone with a temperature over 100 degrees being sent home, all players wearing either hockey gloves or another form of hand covering and providing your own drinking bottle labeled with your name. Masks are optional and will be available at the rink for players who would like to use them. Having our players park in the backside of the arena and entering through the rear doors in order to prevent cross-contact with gym members. We can still use the restrooms, but are discouraged from going near the gym area entrance or using the water fountain. Players are expected to help wipe down the bench areas with disinfectant before they leave. And finally, one thing that we really want to emphasize, guys, is that if one player comes to the rink sick, there is a high probability that it's going to spread to multiple other players. So for that reason, our waiver is also going to be updated to encourage you guys to be smart outside of the rink. Obviously, we can't monitor your personal lives, but if you want to play hockey this badly, if this is high on your priority list, then we're asking that you are taking precautions when you're not in the rink in order to avoid getting sick. The reason for this is because our policy and Rock Sports Arena's policy is that if a person in a group tests positive for COVID or is showing symptoms, everyone in that hourly time slot will not be allowed in the facility for 2 weeks. We obviously want to support our home rink. We're paying Rock Sports Arena up front for this rink time. So that $55 and $110 dues for this period will be non-refundable, even if someone gets sick and we have to cancel. Unfortunately, that's on us and our group, so we really are relying on you guys to be smart and prioritize hockey if that's really what means the world to you at this point. So obviously, all of the things that I've said in the past few minutes are totally contingent on how the reopening process in Texas goes for the next few weeks. If we do see a spike in the virus, if we see hospitalization rates increase, we may change this decision, okay? We still want to support our rink as much as possible, but in the grand scheme of things, hockey's not what's important right now. We want you guys to be safe and be smart. For those of you that feel like you are ready to hit the rink on the 28th, keep an eye out. We're going to send out a survey this weekend. Those of you that aren't coming back on the 28th can still give us your feedback on there on the policies you see in place, and if anything else in this video has pissed you off or made you happy, or you just want to tell me how handsome I look, you can hop on there and fill in that survey. But so yes, fill it out for sure if you want to start playing on the 28th so that we have a feel for how many hour slots we're going to need to book, and then we will get you hopefully the payment information in the next couple of weeks. So thank you guys for watching, and we hope to be back on the rink June 28th. Take care, y'all.